These bitches wanna be my baby. Riding around town in a damn Mercedes.
Hello everybody, my name is Sammy Lee. I'm a cosplayer, gamer, and a mother of three very, very, very annoying cats. Today I'm going to be going over the beef between MoistCr1TiKaL and SNEAKO. In my opinion, the whole beef was just bullshit anyway, because SNEAKO never really had an argument against Moist. He just constantly wanted to fight him, and kept contradicting himself in the process of trying to yell at Moist. So, I'm going to cover that today. So let's get into it. MoistCr1TiKaL dropped a video titled, Most Embarrassing Alpha Male.
It's super hard to think that anything they say is real when they constantly make stupid fucking claims like this one.
Not to mention they've both shown themselves to be frauds time and time again.
You know, we're both triple-digit notch count. He's in the quadruples.
There is no reality in the entirety of the fucking multiverse where this man has slept with one woman, let alone over 1,000 of them. Doctor Strange could peer into an endless multiverse and never find one where this guy slept with 1,000 women. They just say a whole bunch of made-up bullshit constantly.
And I guess SNEAKO saw it, and he got upset. We don't know that for sure. Seems like he was upset because he pulled up a picture of Moist and his girlfriend and started insulting them for no reason.
I'm not gonna say names. Someone texted me. He's in a monogamous relationship. This is his girl.
After that, Moist didn't really respond to it, but a little while after he dropped a video titled, I didn't want to talk about this. And in that video, he goes over the fact that SNEAKO pretty much just throws tantrums anytime he doesn't get the way he wants. He sexualized children and defended the Cuties movie that was out on Netflix.
I first became aware of his content when he got mad at me a couple years ago because I was criticizing a movie called Cuties. For those that don't know, Cuties was a movie that went to Netflix, and it was basically just softcore child porn. It was a movie that focused on twerking and a coming-of-age film that used real children in real positions of, like, sexualization, where during, like, a twerking contest, they'd have cameras that would go, like, right into their ass and zoom in. It was fucking disgusting stuff, and I made a whole video talking about how fucked up it is that not only does it exist, but Netflix has promoted it and it's on their service. Regardless of what the intention was or what the message aimed to deliver from the director, it completely missed the mark. By using real child actors and doing the things that they did in the film, it became a movie that was only enjoyed by legitimate, real, self-admitted pedophiles. And I made a video talking about how gross that whole situation was, and SNEAKO made a response to it saying that the outrage around this film is misplaced and it's actually a good movie.
Americans are like, this is deplorable. I saw this commentator, Penguin Zero, who I actually like. There's not a lot of good commentators, but he's like, this movie is deplorable. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing. And it's like he didn't even watch the movie. It's just like he only saw the clips that were gonna piss him off. Or he just got so triggered by the provocative imagery that he just, deplorable. Come on, man. Like, don't you see the reasons why she's doing what she's doing?
SNEAKO has said multiple times, even in his most recent rant, that he does like my content, though I'm pretty sure he just says that to cushion the blow and, like, tiptoe around it, like, before insulting me. Just in case there's anyone in his chat that likes my content, he wants to make sure to not make them upset, so he makes sure to preface it by saying, well, I actually do like him, but... and then goes on to get super personal about it. This was my first real exposure to SNEAKO, and it's also the reason I don't care what his opinion is of me, because it's coming from a man who likes cuties. So why the fuck would it matter if he thinks I'm a bitch or anything like that? It legitimately couldn't mean less coming from a guy who openly defends a softcore child porn production.
He took a shot at monogamy, I guess, even though after he said he had PTSD from watching his girlfriend get another guy.
There with the mentality that whatever happens inside that party, it just stays at the party. Like, yeah. And so I saw her. I've seen her fuck other men, and it's just like that.
You've seen it?
Yeah, I saw it like literally right.
I can't be no blue.
I
want to start. Sat on the bed while she got fucked.
I was there too. I mean, we was both. I got up. I was just like not fucking with it, and I saw her, and she was like, and I was like, fuck that, and I just left the room. And then she left too. Like, luckily, I thought she was gonna stay there.
Dog. Why you leave the room?
But I couldn't. Like, it was. I was literally having PTSD watching that. I was like having war flash.
After that video dropped, SNEAKO continued on Twitter, and Moist ignored him for a while, until this tweet. Pattern recognition. The collage is everyone who advocated for my cancellation. Fight back and follow Rumble. After this, Moist responded with, "Holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive, soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get by numerous other men, and also insulted you for defending child porn. That's not cancellation, that's just spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad, in my opinion." Nice. But SNEAKO didn't really like that very much, and instead of coming back with an intelligent rebuttal, he had to, of course, go on to, "You never say that to my face." That whole argument, saying, "You know in your soul you would never say that to my face." And honestly, I believe he would. I don't think Moist is scared of you. I really don't. So, Critical responded with, "You literally have a collage of people that hurt your feelings on the internet. You haven't stopped whining about me for months now. You goofy NPC. Even if you beat my ass in a fight, it doesn't change the truth that you're still a c*** who also defends child porn." Another big hitter from Charlie. I'd say Charlie to SNEAKO 0. And then SNEAKO replies with, "You're not special from the other 10 soy boys who say the same thing. If you got a problem, stop talking on the internet, let's solve it." Once again going to the violence because he has no intellectual anything. So he can't come back at Critical because he's right. Charlie has good points, but the only thing that SNEAKO can come up with is, "I'm gonna fight you." What is next? Ow. What's next is we go to a fucking chiropractor. And then Charlie comes back with the response, "Got your Discord still working on responses? Brother, I have no problem. You started it and I made fun of you in return. You're upset about publicly admitting to cuckoldry and get mad at me for bringing it up. You should be mad at yourself instead. Have some self-reflection." And again, Moist 3, SNEAKO 0. And after a little time passes, SNEAKO decides to post, "Soy Keyboard Warrior. We all knew he wouldn't accept a fight. Lil bro is a 5'3" pasty gaming manlet. Have some empathy. What matters is how influential commenters have no specific beliefs. They never get canceled, they just talk. Why do you listen?" Charlie didn't respond to that tweet directly, but within hours, he posted a video titled, "SNEAKO is horrible." And in that video, he pretty much destroys any kind of reputation SNEAKO has left at this point. And once again, Charlie being the literal savage he is, he comes back, no remorse. Moist would react to the video of SNEAKO waving a gun around and not only threatening Charlie's life, but as well as many other creators who made videos on him as well.
The day after I posted my response, he went on stream and had a huge unhinged tantrum and meltdown about the whole thing, and then he sent some of his viewers over. So he started dancing around with the gun and threatening to come shoot me.
You wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips.
If you're an avid gun owner or just like to know a lot of things about guns or you're interested in them, you'll notice that in that video he's calling these clips. Now, in some context, I guess you can call them that, you know, when you're gaming or whatever with your friends or whatever. But that is not the technical term for those. Those are mags, and Moist makes that very, very known.
And I'm sorry to be that guy, this is like the grammar police of guns, but he's a fucking imbecile, you absolute buffoon. What you have there is not clips. These are mags. They're mags, not clips, you absolute fucking dummy. The same way that this is also a mag. They're all mags. Stop saying clips, you look fucking stupid here. Anyway, sorry for the gun anatomy lesson. He was very upset, so he was threatening to come shoot me, beat me up, all of that, because I hurt his feelings, and it's been festering for quite some time now.
Not only did he give him a gun anatomy lesson, as Moist calls it, he also brought up the fact that SNEAKO uses his Discord server to write his Twitter comebacks. So there's even less of an intellectual property to his tweets than there was before.
I also love that you treat this Discord server like it's your PR team, so you have them work on your responses on Twitter because you're not witty enough to come up with anything on your own. You have no ability to banter. You can't insult anyone. Anytime you're pushed, all you fall back on is one of three things: soy boy, bot, or NPC, and that's it. You never deviate from this path. Which is ironic, because you're like literally a sheep. You have 3 programmed responses. You're like the absolute worst character, side character in an MMO. It's pathetic.
Later in the same video, he brings up, once again, SNEAKO being a...
Another thing that I talked about for a reason I don't respect him is because he battles with his own sexuality. He is very public about how he used to go to these swinger parties, I think he says 4 in total over the course of like 2 weeks, where he watched his girlfriend get fucked by other men. Even telling the story of how he was literally in the bed watching his girl get fucked by a different man, moaning intensely, and it was traumatizing. Yet he recommends that everyone should try it at some point for some reason.
In this video, he also speaks of the Twitter feud he had with him 2 days prior to that video.
Fast forward to 2 days ago. I was streaming a Moist Esports tournament, and I went up to go to the bathroom. I had to take a shit. It was a double flusher, so I was on the toilet for quite some time, and I saw a SNEAKO post that he's posted quite a few times now, and I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not doing anything else right now on the porcelain throne. I'll play in the pig pen. So I did. For 3 months now, SNEAKO's had this adorable little collage that he made that looks like it's straight out of a 16-year-old girl's diary with pictures of boys from her class that she doesn't like. All about people that have hurt his feelings. This is his wall of shame for people that have insulted him online.
Moist also mentions that the collage posted by SNEAKO has none of the people that he would be afraid of in it.
What's even sadder about it is he purposely leaves out people that he's afraid of. So Turkey Tom, for example, made a whole video talking about SNEAKO and how pathetic he is, and SNEAKO tried to talk a big game to him, even challenged him to a debate, which Turkey Tom accepted with jubilation. He was ecstatic. And then SNEAKO kept ducking him, ghosting him. So he leaves Turkey Tom off of this list because he's afraid to actually talk to him. And he also leaves off quite a few other people, but the most notable other one that is comical for the absence is Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is an internet content creator that SNEAKO lied about for a long time, and they had a lot of beef, and Brandon Buckingham actually challenged him to a fight. And SNEAKO is very fearful of him.
Moist goes on to tell SNEAKO that he's not canceling him, he's insulting him.
Now, I will say it again. What I did and what I am doing right now is not canceling you, SNEAKO. I am insulting you. I am making fun of you. Something that you were supposed to be a huge proponent of, right? Wasn't like one of your big things like bullying needs to be brought back. So now that I'm making fun of you, what, all of a sudden now it's off limits, now it's canceling? You have become the SJWs that you criticize so much. I don't know how you don't realize that.
He'll also mention that he thinks SNEAKO is attention-seeking and pandering just to what people want and what will give him views, even if it's bad views or bad publicity.
And I don't think you believe half the things you talk about. I really think SNEAKO just panders as much as possible. He himself doesn't even stand by the things he talks about. I really don't think he has any beliefs of his own. He just echoes what he thinks is going to get him the biggest audience / the most money. That's what I think. So this puffing out his chest of challenging me to a fight is clearly attention. That's what it feels like. Because you don't have the same energy for Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is more than willing to fight you any day of the week. But with him, you don't want to do that for some reason. Why? Do you not stand by your beliefs when it comes to Brandon Buckingham? He has said all the same things about you that I am saying about you. So why is he exempt? Why don't you want to fight him? That's so weird. This is what you said about Brandon Buckingham and fighting him.
And then finally, when Brandon Buckingham is down to meet SNEAKO, he's there to box him. They're both similar sizes. SNEAKO would now rather just sit at home and tell jokes behind his computer.
I'd rather sit at home and yell at a camera, tell jokes than, risk my manhood falling flat for Brandon Buckingham, if I lose the fight.
So now it's suddenly cool to just stay at home and keep it all online.
Moist isn't done there, because as well as him stating he doesn't want to fight, which makes a lot of sense.
I've also been super vocal about how I don't want to fight. Like, I'm not afraid to say, I don't want to get hit in the head, right? I'm afraid of taking headshots. It's probably a super normal fear to have, so I'm averse to going into a boxing match, especially one that's just a clout-driven spectacle like this. That'd be completely fucking worthless. And I've been super open about that, which I'm sure you know since you keep saying that you've watched my content, so you probably know that I was never going to accept a fight in the first place. Especially since you're, significantly taller than me, right? It wouldn't make any sense.
He goes on to compare and criticize SNEAKO's physique.
And even though you would probably beat me in a fight, you're certainly not beating me in an aesthetic physique competition, because goddamn, I blow your ass out of the water. Look at this fucking anime character physique I'm rocking. Meanwhile, you're over here with that Abercrombie and Fitch from 1998. Now, in SNEAKO's credit, he did start going to the gym recently. Maybe I inspired him, and you know what? That's great. I'm glad I could have a positive impact on your life like that, SNEAKO. Getting into the gym is a fantastic thing, and you're gonna feel so much better. And I know you'll start seeing results soon as long as you keep at it.
the video would go pretty much viral. 2 million views in just 5 hours. That being said, I think I'll go ahead and leave this one here. How do I feel about the drama so far? I feel that SNEAKO is perpetuating an intellectual fight that I don't think he's ever going to win, so he has to bring in a literal fight, and Moist doesn't want to do that. So who knows what's going to happen. But we'll discuss the rest of this in part 2. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bells to get a notification every time I post. Go ahead and leave a clown emoji in the comments if you made it this far in the video. Go ahead and comment down video suggestions. I'm always looking for those. Love to know what you guys are interested in, and yeah. See you later. Peace.
Many bitches wanna be my baby. Riding around town in a damn Mercedes.